One of my teachers, James Lowe, loves to say, I swear to God, he must have a laboratory where he cooks up these really challenging things to say. And he, recently I saw a challenging thing he said, let me see if I can at least paraphrase it, if not remember it. The quote is, being alive means being unstable. Being unstable doesn't mean being out of control. Being unstable means flowing with life. And thus ends the paraphrase. When we hear the word unstable, talk about somebody, oh, that guy's unstable. I mean, it's almost always derogatory, at least when I hear it. I wouldn't want to be called unstable. I'm very stable. Look at me, I'm a meditation teacher who works at Trader Joe's. I'm as dependable as they come. I'm your friendly green grocer. I would hate to be called unstable. I'm sure I've been called unstable. But the truth of it is, the real facts on the ground is we are all unstable. And on the one hand, at the first drop, it's like kind of a shocking, it can be a little bit of a shocking realization, like, oh, I guess I am unstable. I like to think I'm a father, I'm a husband, I consider myself I have an idea about myself that I'm a relatively devout student of the teachings of the Buddha. I'm a stable man, I'm a stable person. That's nonsense. I'm completely unstable. Last week I got sick, I got a cold, and I was knocked out. I was floored. Even now, I'm like, this whole past week was a blur. I am interpenetrated by the world that I interpenetrate. Some germ came to me from who knows where. How many people do I see at Trader Joe's every day? Something happened. And my instability is revealed in painful relief. So at the first drop of figuring out that you're unstable, there's the kind of shock and the pain of it. The hard realization, what the Buddha calls anicca. These three powerful realizations that the Buddha had about all life. The first being anicca. Everything is flow, everything is interrelationship. Nothing is fixed, nothing is solid, nothing is stable. And that can be a bit of a, ow. But of course, anicca, instability, means you get to flow with life. How wonderful. And of course, everything has a shadow. I caught a cold because the world interpenetrates me, and I the world. But everything that moves and changes and grows and flows and lives only does so because everything is relational. Everything is interpenetrated. Everything is shot through with starlight. What's that Leonard Cohen quote? There's a hole in everything. There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. It's true. Nothing is itself. Everything is this incredible symphony of interpenetration. And that allows us to dance, to move, to shift. So you have the initial shock that I got sick. I had no plans on catching a cold. And then there's the beauty of it. The interpenetration of all things means I am absolutely part and parcel, inextricably one fabric with this entire universe. I'm home. How beautiful to finally come home. It allows us to move and to dance, to participate. So, rather than our practice being one of, I'm going to make my mental stability so strong that nothing can ever shake me. Like meditation as armor, right? Meditation as performance-enhancing drug par excellence. That's how it's marketed, right? You're going to be a hedge fund manager, you're going to make $1 billion, you better meditate so you can get out there and be the most cutthroat capitalist in the universe. Apex predator meditator. Right? That's the, anyway. But the reality is, or let's say a more, I think, beautiful way of thinking about it. What if our practice, instead of either on the one hand becoming a lump of colorless protoplasm, I'm not upset. It's like the disconnect, the bypass. I'm far too meditated to get upset. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Sure, buddy. How about instead, I am here in the poignant, sometimes terrible knowledge that I and all things are together, made of one fabric, made of one cloth. How terrible it is to love, because then you might lose. And as the old man tells us, everything is unraveling. Every breath you take is a breath gone. I'm sorry. But it makes everything possible. So, that writ large, how does that inform our practice, or how can it inform our practice? It can inform our practice in that when I'm sitting here working on a problem that I have, meditation is therapy. What's one of mine? What's one of my bugaboos? I hate being misunderstood. I hate when people think I have an ill intent when I was just trying to be good or trying to do my best. I want to be good. And someone thinks I was being a jerk, and that makes me crazy. And I'm like chewing on it and chewing on it. Oh, look what I'm doing. I'm making it stronger. I'm making it harder. I'm making it more stable by my resistance. If you've ever been in the ocean and got hit by a wave, if you were moving with the wave, you wouldn't be hit. You'd be flowing with it. If you try to fight that wave, you're going to get knocked down. So, this understanding that we are all unstable, that we are all dynamic, that we are dancing with life, it actually, in a way, can feel like a shortcut in our practice. People spend 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years on their cushion trying to work on this or that thing that drives them crazy about themselves. And I understand. I've got a room full of that too. But the old man said that everything is constantly changing. Everything is unraveling. So what if we could learn to just flow with that? What if we could learn in our practice, instead of grasping and clutching and pushing and squeezing, we could open and soften and let be and let go. Anger comes, welcome anger. Terror comes, welcome terror. Pain comes, welcome pain. Everyone is welcome to sit here. This is the seat that can accommodate all of my feelings. So, to live is to be unstable. To be unstable doesn't mean to be out of control. It means to dance with life as part of life. You are an ungraspable, ineffable patterning of energy in a cosmos of ungraspable, ineffable patterns of energy? What if our practice could be about training ourselves to remember that we are already home, instead of struggling to go home?
For the people at home taking notes, what are the other two?
Do you want me to tell you? Oh, tell the video. The three marks of existence as the Buddha understood them is anicca, anatta, and dukkha. Everything's changing. Nothing's personal, and if you fixate on it, you're going to suffer.